First Grade Memory Book by Julia. In September, we made apples say we're great. We did bus safety too. We did our first day photos. We learned about Johnny Appleseed. We did our school picture. These are my projects. We learned about bats in first grade. We did fire safety. We carved pumpkins and had parties. We made a spider. It was fun. In November, we celebrated my birthday. It was fun. We learned about turkeys and we wrote about turkeys. We saw a snake. It was cool. We got to pet it too when we were done. We had a party when we got to stay in our pajamas. We watched Blur Express. We made gingerbread houses with our parents. We made a bunch of projects. Our class made snow globes. They were cool. We made penguins. We got in groups and made them with each other. We wrote about them, the penguins. We learned about Martin Luther King Jr. On the 100th day of school, I made a project. It said, when I grow up, I will look like this. We learned about the presidents. We wrote about them too. We also drew the presidents. In March, our classroom was a mess. I think it was a leprechaun. It wasn't the teachers. They were at a meeting. All of our lockers were a mess. We got some candy too. It was a funny day. Our class had a marble party. We got in our PJs and we brought our stuffed animals. In March, our class made a jelly bean bunny. They were great. Our class learned about animal habitats
by Jaden and Lily. Habitats for grassland animals. The land is too dry for many trees.
Grassland grazers. In grassland, there is zebras and hips.
Nesters. Grassland animals lay there is grass over the hole.
Grassland burrows. These animals dig holes in the grass.
Somebody pressed the card, then the rest of the teacher them they were recording it.
Information. Grasslands has snakes and giraffes. Let's hear it go.
Habitats by Ciara and Julia. Habitats for rainforest animals. The rainforest is very noisy and loud. There are a lot of trees and vines. Rainforest wet weather. Frogs must keep the skin wet to stay alive. Rainforest tree climbing. Many rainforest animals live in trees.
Food. Many rainforest animals need trees for food.
Blending. Camouflage helps rainforest animals stay safe.
Elementary information. Most rainforests are near the equator.
Habitats.
By Nolan and Avery.
Nolan.
No.
And habitats for desert animals. Deserts are hot and sunny. You will hear eagles up above. There is not a lot of water there.
Desert animal bodies. Desert animals save water in their bodies. Desert animals can go a long time without water.
Desert animals. Camels. Camels store fat in their humps. Camels carry stuff for people.
Desert animals, nighttime. Scorpions hunt at night.
Desert animal birds. Birds get water from the insects they eat in the desert.
Interesting information. It is hard for birds to fly in the desert because of the cactus and the sand.
Habitats by Aaron and Ava T.
Habitats for grassland animals. Grasslands have a lot of grass. Grasslands don't have a lot of plants. Grasslands do not have a lot of houses.
Grassland grazers make a tasty treat for animals. Grassland hippos and deer munch tender green grass.
Grassland nesters. Birds must build nests on the ground.
Prairie dogs and rabbits don't climb trees. Okay, we gotta delete that. How do you delete them? Grassland burros. Prairie dogs and rabbits don't climb trees.
Land hunters. Not all grasslands animals eat plants.
Interesting information. Some grassland animals chase other animals to eat.
Our class went to the Commons where we met a person. She showed us a book she wrote. It was Who Cooks for You? My class had a play. It was Snow White. I was a dwarf. My class spent 2 stages theater. We watched I Love You, Sneaky Face. Our class had jokes, but we had to give them back. Me and Megan and Owen were crying. It was the saddest time in 1st grade. My class went in the gym and saw critters and comedy. I was scared when the bird almost landed on my head. In April, we did some projects. We made an umbrella that can change into a flower and a rainbow. This is my class. Do you know why I put my whole class there? Because we should all be friends. My teachers, Miss Dermis, the other ones are Mrs. Goblets, Mr. Ring, Mr. Oyan, and Mrs. Martin, Mrs. Bloom, Mrs. Odin, and Mrs. Nicolay. Julia is 7 years old. When I grow up, I want to be a dentist.